Hi, today we are going to discuss 5 more reasons your credit scores are stuck. If it seems you're doing all the right things and yet your credit scores aren't moving, what is happening? First, if you haven't watched the video that discusses the basics, why aren't my credit scores moving? Watch that one first. I will have it linked in the description box below. If you've already seen that video, we're going to discuss 5 more reasons your scores may be stuck. Welcome back. My name is Lori Ross. I'm the Director of Client Services at High Point Credit Advisors, and I'm also the Senior Advisor at Score Momentum. So number 1 reason your scores may be stuck and not moving is, number 1, you aren't using credit. If you haven't made any purchases on credit, either because your spouse typically finances everything or you have made a habit of paying cash, you're not going to have high credit scores to support you when you are ready to go in and make that large purchase like the new car or the new home. Your credit report and scores are digital representations of your financial habits. If you don't make purchases via credit, then you do not give the algorithm built into the scoring software the necessary data to determine that you are a responsible borrower. For context, the FICO scoring system tends to value the last 2 years of history over everything else on your credit report. If your last loan, say, closed 5 years ago, how can the scoring algorithm determine what kind of borrower you will make today? In summary, don't let your credit report atrophy. Use credit. Number 2, you're using too many short-term loans. Sometimes, in an effort to build credit, you will reach for the low-hanging fruit, a short-term loan, usually with high interest. Sometimes this happens because you've been encouraged by your well-meaning but misinformed personal banker to take a loan to help build your credit. Loans will help you build your credit, but not when they're refinanced every 4 to 6 months, which is usually what happens with these short-term, high-interest money drains. A better way to build your credit is with revolving credit that is paid on time with low balances. Summary: stay away from short-term loans. Number 3, you don't have a healthy mix of credit. So what is a healthy mix of credit? A healthy mix of credit is some revolving accounts to balance out any installment loans that you may have taken. A revolving account is a credit card or a charge account, and an installment account is a loan. A revolving account will have a minimum amount due that will vary dependent on the overall balance of the account. The balance goes up, the minimum amount due will also go up. The balance goes down, the minimum amount due goes down. Installment loans can be student loans, car loans, auto loans, or any other type of loan. This account will have a set payment that is over a set term. For example, your auto loan may have a payment of $390 a month for 5 years. Once it is paid off, if you want to have another auto loan, you will have to reapply. The scoring algorithms want you to have experience handling both types of debt. We will recommend 2 to 3 revolving accounts to balance out any installment loans you have open. In summary, keep a healthy mix of credit. Number 4, sometimes you forget to make payments on time. I hate to be the bearer of really bad news, but this is absolutely the worst thing that you can do to your credit. All of your other creditors are able to keep tabs on your credit, and your creditors can see that you're late. On an unrelated debt, they may take punitive action. They may drop your credit limit. They may close your account, or worse. If you ever run late, make sure that you make payments at the first available opportunity. Once that account is past due and 2 payments are owed, the late payment will show up on the credit report. And that can drop your credit scores 30 to 60 points from that single action. If you have sloppy payment habits, remedy that immediately and make sure you move heaven and earth to make sure all of your payments get made on time. Doing that will recover your credit scores over time and eventually get them climbing past 700. In summary, pay everything on time. Number 5, you have bad debt. Bad debt in all its forms, late payments, charge-offs, and collections will hold your credit scores underwater for 7 long years. Even if you are communicating with a mortgage lender and they tell you that they don't have to count medical debt or charged off accounts, it still impacts your credit scores. So take the first step to rebuild your credit. You can start with a secured credit card. If bad debt is haunting you, talk to a trusted credit repair professional to begin the process back to wholeness. Summary: get help for bad debt. If you have more questions, I love to talk credit. Post them in the comments and I will give my best answer. Join our Score Momentum community on Facebook, where we post lots of credit related great content.